Matt, you're in France. Where does that leave Fabien Galthié? They've no Roman Ntamack. Matthew Jalibert looks to be out for a few weeks. At least Thomas Ramos may come in at 10 for their next match. But in general, the pressure obviously is on him after that quarter-final, but the start of the Six Nations hasn't worked out for him either. And which way do the public see it over there with Galthié?
Well, Fabien, I'll tell you, first of all, I'll say in my opinion, Fabien Galthié is a fantastic coach. He's done a great job. But he is seen amongst the rugby community as Bernard Laporte's man. And there was a lot of resentment, which I think is wrong, again, against Bernard Laporte and Fabien because they took time off the clubs. So in France, the clubs were first, the national team was second. So that decade before Galthié came in, where the French were really poor, was wrong because the French never had poor players. But the French national teams didn't get anywhere near the time together that the Irish, Scots, Welsh and English got. They would be playing, before Galthié's time, they'd be playing this weekend back for their clubs. So they would play national clubs. The week before, they would be playing for their clubs. There was no organisation, no camp, which is wrong for the French national team. And Galthié and Laporte dragged the French clubs into the 21st century. But they don't like it, and they still don't like it. And there's politics going on, as we say, to get new presidents in that will work more for the clubs. So the knives are out for Galthié. I think it is very short-sighted. There is every conspiracy theory you can imagine is being brought into play against him, saying the players don't want him and all this, which I do not believe is true. My small interaction with any of the people involved in the national team is that they actually love Fabien Galthié. They love his coaching, and they think they've got a very good balance within that group. But Fabien has been around for a long time, and look, when you're around a long time, the elite end of rugby, you get enemies as well as supporters. And Fabien has got some high-profile people that don't want him. I think that's a mistake. The media are going at him. Who do they blame? They blame the boss. That's the way it goes. Jonathan Dante's red card was ridiculous. That was Jonathan's fault, not anything to do with the coach. Paul Willems's red card against Ireland was Paul Willems's fault. He was ridiculous, but two ridiculous red cards. They are blaming the coach for that. We know Sean Evers is a great defensive coach. The French defensive line is so slow. And I personally know the attack coach, Patrick Allais, who I work with at Narbonne. He's a really good coach. He went to be head coach at Perpignan, got them up to First Division, kept them in First Division for 3 seasons. Really, that is hard work for a club that's got very little money. And I know he's a very good attack-minded coach. He creates really good players. But we're seeing none of that right now. We're seeing great players like Gael Fickou, drop off the scene. Merchant de Hooker, really playing poorly. Strange tactics. We know that. So I'm at a bit of a loss within that French side, except to say I think they've lost a lot of confidence and belief. And they have dramatically emotionally dropped their level. They're fragile emotionally. And they are going to be exposed. I don't want to talk too far forward, but right now where they are, they could be exposed going to Cardiff next week because the whole team is in a very, very bad place.